Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a quick fidget update sort of thing, fidget video. This is from Fidget Things, and this is the chill pill, and he's got these chill pill extenders, which is really cool. I think that's what they're called, extenders. And you get it looks like a pill extender. It has these dots like a pill would have, capsule would have. It's really cool. And the point of it is it kind of adds a little extra element in between your chill pill. So one, it's a little bigger, so you can have a little more reach when you're trying to do moves like this instead of being stuck in this small space. You have this now and you can do that. It also adds obviously a third piece. So if you wanted to pull them apart, you could pull all three apart and roll them around and do the same kind of thing. And I like to throw it in the air and let it all zing together. It doesn't work as well with the extra piece in there. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. So I'm sure you could come up with ideas for this, what you could do, right? This one is titanium. Let me just put this aside. This one is titanium. I bought this off the website, and Derek is the guy behind Fidget Things. Really cool dude. The chill pill is one of my favorite fidgets. This one's zircutai on one side, zirconium on the other with a honeycomb pattern. Just really cool and unique. I love the chill pill. I love just rolling it around in my hands. It's a good office fidget because it's not super loud if you don't want it to be. You can just roll it around like that or do whatever. But yeah, this piece is titanium and it goes in the center like that. It has the same kind of cap or end cap kind of thing that the chill pills do, the new ones. Mine I've had for a while, and they have these inserts that you use a hex bit to get out. But all the new ones come with this, where you have these two notches, and it comes with a tool so you can remove them. I think I have it somewhere, but he also was kind enough to send me 4 extra ones in aluminum, which is pretty cool. These are on his website. I think they're like $10 for aluminum, and then obviously it goes up from there. I think I paid $40 for the titanium one, and I think that's as high grade as it goes right now. He hasn't done like zircutai or zirconium in the extender yet. I assume he might do it at some point, but these are kind of fun in their own way as like their own kind of fidget. I kind of like having a stack of these separate. Because at first I put, oh, Jesus, sorry. At first I put it on here and I kind of, I get it. It's fun. You can kind of do this a little easier and you can, roll it in your hands a little bit. It's really kind of fun to do that. But I think ultimately I do like the 2-piece chill pill a little bit better. I like being able to roll it easier with just the 2 pieces and throw it in the air, let it zing together like that. But having a stack of these, ooh, that fell off and I caught it. Only I know. Having a stack of these is really cool. That's the only downside is, can I magnetize it to something while we chill here? Jesus. Having a stack of these is cool because you can kind of just mess around with these as a separate fidget. I mean, look at that. You can kind of drop them around. Kind of gives me vibes of the, hold on, the magic beans from Magnus, which are really cool. So this is kind of a fidget update video. So I might just run through a few different ones, or I might just do a magic beans video in a second. I think that's what I'll do, but it kind of reminds me of that, where you can kind of like roll one over and kind of catch it along and catch them again on the bottom. You can kind of mess around like that, right? Just a little bit different. So I actually think it's kind of cool. It might be worth picking up, they're $10 or whatever. You could pick up like 4 of these and have a little fun with it. Or you could do this. You could stack 5 and then take your pill and do that. Now you got a little hot dog roller in your hand, right? Now you can really mess around with this. Now it feels, this is like really comfortable to do because I got a full grip on it, right? So that's kind of interesting. And then you could break that in half. You know, my OCD's going nuts, so let me get rid of one. And then we can do this, right? And we can kind of do 2 chill pills. Again, it's just like having 2 chill pills, but they're just ginormous. I don't know, so you can have fun with it. And I think that's kind of the point here that Derek was going for, is it just adds an extra layer of fun to the mix when you're talking about the chill pill. And I'm all about that. Having any little bit of extra fun is cool. And this isn't like some crazy expensive thing or crazy thing where you got to take the whole thing apart and add all this stuff to make it work. No, you just buy a couple of these and you try them out and you see what's what. And you can actually use them separately. So if you just want like 2 of these together, you know, it's very small and lightweight in the aluminum. You know, and you can slide them around. You can have them pop together like that. You could use them separately as chill pills. The magnets seem a little bit stronger on these, which is cool. So you can, you know, have it fly. I love doing that. My kid loves that when I make something fly to it or whatever. I don't know. So that's the extender from Fidget Things, and I think it's awesome. So I keep them as a separate stack like that, and then I keep this one, titanium one, together like that. And that's how I roll with the chill pill extenders. And you can get these on their website. It's fidgetthings.com. I do have a discount code. It's LeftyEDC. So if you go over there, you get 10% off of these. I know that works because I used it when I bought this one. So I saved $4 or whatever when I picked this one up. So big shout out, though, to Derek for sending me these extra ones. They are actually really fun to have separately. So it's also its own fidget. So there you go. Chill pill extenders. And then one other thing I wanted to cover is basically some spinners real quick. So these are the ones I've been rocking. Other than the Ultim Mini Collision, these are all the spinners I have that I have in my collection. I do have the full-size Collision and the Mega in tungsten, but they're up for sale. Hopefully they sell at some point. I don't know what's going on with the market. I think they're pretty cool. I think the prices are pretty good, but, you know, it's tough right now for people. But anyway, I really love these. This is the Torque Bar Hybrid, and I did an unboxing. I just wanted to kind of do an overview. This is from Scam Designs. He's actually the guy who designed the first spinner. He designed the Torque Bar here, except there was a different version. But this is the hybrid, so it's kind of like a thinner version of the Magnum. I don't know size-wise where it falls in, but I do have this awesome custom Zircuti button from NJT Hand Power. Shout out to Preston for telling me to go with the dish style. But this and the M3 are tied right now for my favorite spinners of all time. And maybe the Chub, honestly, because it's right there. So these 3, I'll show you the other 2. But just a great spin, C-bearing in there. Just feels really good. You know how it is, guys. If you're into spinners, you know it feels right. It spins well. It doesn't die right away. So it lasts long enough spin time-wise that it doesn't bug me. I don't need it to spin for 5 minutes, but I'd like it to spin for like a minute without starting to slow down, if that makes sense. We're getting some cool warp there. But I really, really like this. Great chamfering around the edges. Great size for my large glove-size hand. I just catch it really well. So I really dig this Torque Bar Hybrid. And I got to say, the stock button that it comes with, which is this one, really thin, small, is absolutely fantastic. If I hadn't have had this made, I honestly would have been perfectly happy with this this button. Now, usually what happens is the stock buttons suck and you have to replace them because a lot of times they come with, obviously, a matching button. So if you have a tungsten spinner, it comes with a tungsten button, and that sucks because tungsten is heavy and I want the weight on the outside. And I like that about tungsten, but I don't want the button to also be tungsten and kind of center the weight. You know what I mean? So I always swap them out. Well, when I had this custom made by Scam, shout out to Scott over there, I asked, can I just buy the spinner without buttons, or can I buy it with different buttons? And both of those options were available. Now, I'm assuming that's available for anybody. He didn't know I had a channel or anything like that. So he let me order the spinner in tungsten and the button in Zerk. And it really changed the game. I mean, it made it great out of the box. So I didn't really need this button. I'm glad I got it, obviously, and it fits perfectly, and it looks great, and it works great. And I like the feel of it maybe slightly better than the stock button, but I certainly didn't need it. So fantastic out of the box. It really makes me want to try some other ones, like maybe a mini one or the Magnum. But I think this was like $300 maybe, the way I got it with the Zerk button. So, you know, I'm sure a Magnum would be like 5 something, and I just don't need to spend that right now on a spinner. But anyway, Torque Bar Hybrid is awesome. Next up, the M3 Metal Creations Trank ER. And I had 3 of these, actually. I pre-ordered this one in W, tungsten, and I pre-ordered the Zerkutai one, like this button. Well, I got those, and I really wanted the Zerk one, but I just didn't want to order 3. They were like $250 each. So I got them. And of course, what I did was I took the tungsten button off of this one, because tungsten buttons suck, and I put this Zerkutai one on here. Well, then I had the Zerkutai one without a button. So what I did was I put the Damasteel button I had extra from NJT on it, and then I just sold that as is, and I kept the Zerkutai button. And then I bought the Zerk spinner from Preston, and I took that button and put it on the tungsten and put the Zerkutai one on this. Again, these are some of the best stock buttons you can get. Now, I had to buy multiple and swap them to make it work. So if you buy one of these in W or tungsten, it's going to come with the tungsten button, and that kind of sucks for me. But it is a really well-made button. So if you don't mind the tungsten, then it's great. But I love it with this Zerk button. It's just, I'm surprised, again, that it's a spinner where I'm using the stock buttons, so to speak. So I think that's awesome. I don't need to replace these buttons. They look great. They match the design, and they feel phenomenal. I love the little inset on it. Feels good in the hand, and this is one of the best spinners of all time. It just feels fantastic in the hand. It has great sound. It has great spin. Again, it spins long enough that it feels amazing in the hand, and it doesn't start slowing down immediately, which is nice. And the Zerk button looks pretty sick on it. Obviously, I can swap to the Zerkutai whenever I feel like. Both look amazing, I would say. And I got lucky last night, and I won a sus, they call it. Basically won a lotto for the OG size of this in copper tungsten, I think it's called, which is mostly tungsten with a little bit of copper. So kind of think looks like this Bead Blast, but then it's like got orange in it. It looks really cool. So we'll see how that goes. But this tungsten one is absolutely phenomenal. And then you have the Zerk one with Zerkutai button. And when you need a little less weight on you or whatever, this works phenomenally. It's, again, has really good spin to it. It doesn't just die right away. It sounds amazing for a Zerk spinner. One of the better sounding non-tungsten spinners I've ever had. And again, I have those stock Zerkutai buttons on it. Just meshes really well with it. And I really enjoy this piece as well. So M3 killing it. And then lastly, I did a review on this already, but I wanted to show it with the new NJT button. This is a Mokutai flamed and etched worry stone finished button from NJT. And this is my Yellow Day Energy Chub in tungsten. And this quickly has become one of my favorite spinners, if not my favorite spinner, to be honest, because it finds the pocket a lot. Because it's smaller, it's tungsten, it has that kind of weight to it in the hand, but it's obviously a lot lighter than these other ones because it's smaller. And it sounds like a freaking jet. And it looks amazing with this button. So again, C bearings in all of these. And then you have the custom button in this guy. I don't know. This one feels like it would spin forever if I let it. I've never actually sat there and let it run out. You know, like I said, I'm not a huge spin time guy, but I sometimes will sit there for a minute. So maybe I'm a minute spin time guy, you know what I mean? But I don't need like the super long spin times like some people. Sorry, it's hard to do under the camera. But that's a little bit of a spinner update. So those are my top 3 right now. The M3 Trank ER, the Yellow Day Energy Chub, and the Torque Bar Hybrid from Scam Designs. Fantastic spinners right there. And then you have, again, the Chill Pill with the extendos on that are really sick. So just a quick update Fidget-wise. Let me know what you guys think down below. Oh, one other thing. I don't know if I mentioned this in a video, but I took the screws off of the, right here, off the posts on this 01 slider. So this is the LeftyEDC one. And I guess this is like batch 1 of 01 sliders. And hopefully, I think Dean said that on the newer batches, these issues are not going to be a thing. But it catches a lot. It gets really sticky, right? So people had issues with magnets coming unglued. That's easy, right? You just, I mean, in my opinion, you just glue the magnet back in. I can handle that, right? If you're into fidgets, or if you will plan to be into fidgets for a while, just go get yourself some Star Bond. I think it's the medium thick black colored glue. And get some acetone, have that stuff on hand, and you should be good to go whenever you need to glue a magnet, which will happen, you know. But it would also get really stuck. Like, you would have to like really pop it to get all the way, you know, extended. And what that was on these posts, they had screws. So you see these screws? The same exact screw was in that post. And that's what keeps it on the frame so that you can't just pop it off like this. You had to make sure you lined up this notch right here. See that little oval notch? You had to line that up dead center and then pull it off to get this cover off. So it was really hard to get off. So I just took those screws out and it literally changed the slider. Now it doesn't get stuck like that. It just moves freely. I don't have major issues with these coming off. It's basically much more like a CP3 now, but it still goes both ways, so she said, and it works fantastically. Yeah, you can't do some of those tricks where you kind of pop it up, but you can still like do a little bit of it, you know. But I've never had it just come apart in my hand, even though I took those screws out, because the posts are still riding in the track, you know? So it's not like going side to side or anything. You can't like spin it around or anything. So I just wanted to note that if anybody's having major stick issues with your 01 slider, you could try removing those screws, and that may help you. Now, you know, some people might not like the fact that now the thing can come off, but it doesn't bother me at all. I really honestly prefer it this way. So that's an update on the 01. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions down below. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.